How to use Calendly tutorial for beginners, Calendly full guide. In this tutorial, we're going to be discussing about Calendly and what it does. We're going to be discussing it all in great depth, so just make sure to watch this video till the end. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Now, what is Calendly? Basically, Calendly is, you could say, an appointment scheduling software for small businesses, okay? Now, obviously, when it comes to appointment scheduling and everything, you could say that there are a lot of softwares out there, like Square and Stripe and stuff. Like, you have all those softwares, but most people, you could say, used Calendly because Calendly, first of all, it is pretty trustworthy. It's pretty trustworthy. It's extremely famous, and you could say that its mechanics are relatively easier to get along with, and it has tons and tons of different types of integrations that you can get behind and make life easier for you when it comes to working. Now, here we are on Calendly's main page where it says easy scheduling ahead. Calendly is your scheduling automation platform for eliminating the back and forth emails or finding the perfect time and so much more. Now, obviously over here, if we were to, head into the pricing and discuss, all that stuff that goes on. So pick the perfect plan for your team. So first of all, there you have the basic plan, okay? Then you have the essentials plan, the professional plan, the teams plan, and the enterprise plan. Now, obviously, every single one of these plans bring you different features. So the basic plan, scheduling and basic integrations to get started. Then you have essentials where you can add powerful scheduling automation, unlimited event types, and greater support. Then you have the professional plan where you can customize your Calendly, connect all your apps, and scale your scheduling. Then you have the Teams plan where you can establish a team scheduling process and connect Salesforce. And then you have the Enterprise plan where you can just contact them directly, advanced security control and support for your 30 plus person team. So obviously the enterprise plan, you could say for, the big, large scale companies. And I don't really think that you need to get behind this, but like if you have a big company to, work with, then you can always get behind that if you want to. That totally, obviously, at the end depends on you. It depends on whatever your preference is. It depends on whatever type of pricing and plan suits you the best, okay? So just, again, go ahead with what works best for you. Now, once you're done with that, do know this, like if I were to give a recommendation, they're like, as they say, professional is the most popular because this gives you like all the features you actually need in the end to like run a proper business when it comes to scheduling appointments, and this has all the necessary integrations that you need to basically get your business up and running and make it running pretty easy. So yeah, those are like the necessities when it comes to your Calendly, and you should make sure to basically, you could say, think through like what plan will work best for you, what won't work best for you. Like think all of that through, because if you just blindly take a plan to work with, that's obviously going to be a bit shaky for you. It's going to be a bit of an issue for you. So obviously just go ahead with whatever seems best. Now, for now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting started with the free plan, obviously, okay? So here I am with the free plan. Now, I'm going to be using a temp mail for myself, okay? Now, if you're wondering what a temp mail is, a temp mail is obviously, as it says, a temporary email, okay? Now, this temporary email basically allows you to, just have, the way there are, breaker phones. They're temporary phones where you're going to, get temporary calls and then you're going to, throw that phone away. It's a disposable phone. That's the same way how this is just a disposable email, okay? Now, in this disposable email, we're just going to copy it and we're going to bring it here and paste it. Now, let me remind you, it is not necessary for you to do this same step. Like, you do not need to go ahead with a temp mail. You can always just go ahead and use, your main Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, etc., all that stuff. So you can just get started with that. I'm just going to go with temp mail and I'm going to click on get started. Now, once you click on get started, from here on out, obviously you're going to head on to this page. Now, this is, Calendly's main sign up page where you're going to sign up with, your email address. You're going to enter your full name, all your passwords and all that stuff, Now, again, You can also just head in with your Gmail, and obviously if you head in with your Gmail and Hotmail and stuff like that, what's going to happen from there on out is your full name and everything all will obviously be said, because once you continue with the Gmail, they're just, going to have you sign in with your Gmail password and everything. So I guess in that case, it makes it a bit more, you could say, quicker and easier. But I'm obviously just, I'm up for, the extra work, so I'm just going to put in the name, and I'm gonna put in a password. If it like the strength is fair enough, I'm gonna go ahead and just click on continue. Now, in some cases, the temp mail might not work, and if that's the case for you, you can again just automatically go ahead and sign up with your Google. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign in with my Google account. Here, it's gonna ask you access. Okay, Calendly wants to access your Google account. This will allow Calendly to see, edit, share, and permanently delete all the calendars you can access using Google Calendar. Make sure you trust Calendly. You may be sharing sensitive info with this site or app. You can always see or remove access in your Google account. Learn how Google helps you share data safely. So now, you obviously, once you're done with reading all of that, you're just going to go ahead and click on allow. Now, once you click on allow, you're going to come here, and obviously they're going to optimize you with everything as you go ahead. Now, obviously, again, once you've allowed yourself, just head on to the main setup processing. And over there, as I told you, they're not going to ask you your name or password anymore, because obviously you're signing with an email. Now, welcome to Calendly. We take the work out of connecting with others so you can accomplish more. Create your Calendly URL. Choose a URL that best describes you or your business in a concise way. Make it short and easy to remember so you can, share links with ease. Now, Calendly.com, just make sure to, keep it as easy as you can. So, just keep your name, Calendly.com/John LH. I'm going to call it that. And there you go. So my name is John Leahy. I'm just going to keep it John LH so it's like easier to redirect myself. And obviously keep a proper time zone. And once you do that, just click on continue. Now, once you click on continue, basically it's going to bring you here where it's going to say your Google Calendar's connected. Calendly will auto check your calendar for busy times and add new events as they are scheduled. So here's how Calendly will work with your email. We'll check the email for conflicts and we'll add events to the email. So basically, it's, you could say, a good system of automation in a way. Like, Calendly has great integrations, and as you can see, it also provides us with great automations. Now, once we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and click on continue. Now, here we are. Set your availability. Let Calendly know when you're typically available to accept meetings. So the available hours, obviously, these all depend on you, okay? So just choose any you want. I'm going to keep it 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, obviously, these depend, again, on your main work hours, and keep timings that, like the timings where you're actually available, because according to that, Calendly will actually make a calendar around, your workings and stuff. So accordingly, keep time, and once you keep time accordingly, choose the available days. So once you choose like the proper available days, yeah, you're pretty much good to go from there on out. So here it says, don't worry, you will be able to further customize your availability later on. So once we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and continue. Okay, now once you continue, you're going to come here on personalize your experience. Okay, so tell us about your role at work. This will help us provide a tailored support experience. Okay, so what is your day-to-day role at work? So this obviously, again, depends on whatever the answer you obviously have. So your role at work could be interview scheduling, education, leader, customer success, sales marketing, freelance consultant, and if it's like not here, you can just click on other. Okay, now for now, I think I'll go with, let's go with freelance and consultant. Okay, I'm gonna go with that, and I'm gonna click on finish. Now once you do that, it's gonna basically take you to your home dashboard, and here you are. This is your main Calendly home dashboard, and as you can see, it's pretty simple to get around, like not too difficult to mess around with. So here you have your 30-minute. This is like, you could say, a template meeting that they set for you. Now, I'm gonna like skip all this for now and go to here, calendar connections. Okay. Now, once you come over here, this is basically where you're gonna integrate your Calendly with your maybe Google Calendar or, other calendar connections if you have any. So this is again where you're gonna integrate your Calendly with other softwares. So like the purpose of this is so that your Calendly knows what dates to set in Calendly according to your main calendar. Now, obviously, once you're done with all of that, what you're going to do from there on out is you're going to go back in settings. And once you go back in settings, you're also going to head into billing. Okay. Now, once you're in billing, obviously you can see all this stuff over here. Want to upgrade your account? Question mark. Here, it's obviously going to tell you that you are currently enjoying the Teams trial. Obviously, this is the Teams, and we are on the trial for Teams. Okay. And obviously, it's over here. You can come around and keep seeing whatever type of plan you are on, because this just keeps you, keep track of where your money is going and what purpose your money is going for. And then obviously, again, if you want to choose any different, you can just select one of these and you can, start with a different trial. Not a trial, I'm sorry. You can start with a different plan. Your trial is going to end on like the first try, obviously. So obviously, again, you have the professional, teams, and enterprise. Now in the professional, you only have the +1 option, like you and one other person. In teams, you have +2 options. So you, yourself, and two more people. Okay. And then enterprise is obviously 30 plus. That's like obviously a lot of people. So these are obviously the individual plan. The essential is obviously just you. And yeah, so now that we've, discussed that, let's head back to our home dashboard. Okay. So our home dashboard is pretty important because here is where we're going to see all our appointments. Now, obviously over here, as you can see, this is like, as I said, an appointment made from scratch, and the people at Calendly made a template out of, the scratch template, and here we have it. Now, here is where, as I said, we're going to see all our templates. So I'm going to delete this one. So to delete an appointment, all you're going to do is you're going to click on this, wheel symbol over here. You're going to click on delete. As you can see over here, it says delete 30-minute meeting. Users will be unable to schedule further meetings, etc., etc. So I'm going to click on yes, and there we go. You've deleted a meeting. Now you're probably wondering, now that we've, deleted it and stuff, how are we going to create another meeting? Okay. Now, to create a meeting, okay, you're probably wondering, you're going to go ahead and, click over here. No, no, no. We're not going to click on that. We're going to come here and we're going to click on new event type. Now, once you click on new event type, you're going to come over here. Okay. You have tons and tons of options. Okay. So first of all, there could be, your one-on-one with one host and one invitee. It's good for, they even tell you what it's good for. So it could be good for coffee chats, one-on-one interviews, etc. Then there's the group, where you have one host with a group of invitees. It's good for webinars, online classes, etc. Then you have collective, where you have more than one host with one invitee. It's good for, your panel interviews, group sales calls, and much more. And then you have the round robin, where you have one rotating host with one invitee, and it's good for distributing income sales leads. Now, if we were to, discuss these, I'm gonna go ahead and get into one-on-one. Now, once you're in one-on-one, obviously you can see all these fields that you can add in. So let's give an event name. I'm gonna call it gym session. Okay, I'm gonna call it a gym session. Like, it's a session where I'm gonna, teach a gym class and stuff like that. Now, the event name is obviously pretty important because this event name will be shown up here as well. What event is this? Gym session. And like, obviously pretty important for creating a proper event type, because like if your event type doesn't have the proper name that basically you could say describes your event in proper way, then you could say that people will have a lot of difficulty. Like, they could just click it and check your description and all, but if someone doesn't see a good title, they're less likely to click on it to actually check the description. That's just how people are, and we all know about it. So Keep a good event name, and once a good event name is in, you're going to go to location. And in location, obviously, you can see all this stuff. So you have in-person meeting, you have phone calls, Google Meet, you have Zoom, Microsoft Teams, WebEx, GoToMeeting, custom, ask invitee, and all this stuff. So I'm gonna just choose something random right now, but we all know that in-person meetings are face-to-face personal meetings where you're gonna meet each other, shake hands, talk, sit down, have coffee, whatever. Then you have a phone call meeting. Just call them over on a phone or stuff like that. Pretty straightforward, basic stuff. Then you have a Google Meet where it's a proper web conference. Same with Zoom and Microsoft Teams. Like you're just gonna add them into your Meet, Zoom, or Teams, and from there on out, you're gonna maybe call them on video cam and stuff like that. So it's pretty easy. And then obviously same goes with WebEx and GoToMeeting. You also have like custom location, like let's say if you have a custom place, it could be, Discord or something like that. So, or Slack maybe. So you have custom choices as well. For now, I'm gonna go with a let's go with a Google Meet. Okay. Now, once you're gone with a Google Meet, down here is where you're gonna give your description and instructions for your event. Okay. So, write a summary and any details your invitee should know about the event. Okay. Now, my invitee, let's go ahead and tell them that this free 30-minute gym session, okay, will allow you to know how your body works, and it will also help you see where you stand when it comes to fitness. Okay, you're gonna write stuff like that, and again, once you have a good name, you're gonna make sure to have a good description, because again, if someone likes your name, they're gonna come and check the description to actually see how things work. Now, once you're done with that, you're gonna give the proper event link. Okay, now the event link is the Google Meet link that you're gonna be offering them. So just make a Google Meet, and once you make a Google Meet, just copy the link and paste it down here. Now, once you paste it down here, what's going to happen is also the event color. Now, the color is basically the color of like the box and stuff. So as you can see, blue, so it turns it to blue and all that stuff. So I'm just going to keep it blue. Blue is a good neutral color. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to click on next. Now, here we are in editing availability. Okay. Now, editing our availability is also pretty necessary, you could say, because when it comes to your availability, you're gonna need to have a proper, you could say, how do I put this? You're gonna need to have a proper availability outlook. You're gonna have to think this through, because you can't just go from off the top of your head when it comes to your availability. Like you're gonna have to see your date ranges, where you're gonna set a range of dates when you can accept the meetings. Okay, so invitees can schedule these many calendar days, maybe weekdays. These could, and obviously these are into the future. These are not real time. These are into the future. Now, you could also choose these that people choose it within a date range of this or that, and it could be indefinitely into the future, where it could be whatever time they want to set it to. Now, once we've obviously discussed about that, you can change these number of days if you wanted to. I'm going to change it to, let's say, 25. And obviously, once you change it to 25, let me choose this. Obviously, as I said, calendar days and weekdays. Now, once you're done with that, here you have your duration. This is, defining how long your event will actually be. It can be as long as 12 hours. Now, obviously down here, you can see how do you want to offer your availability for this event type. Okay, so here it says select one of your schedules or define custom hours to specific to this type of event. Okay, now obviously you have the use an existing schedule, or you can also set custom hours. Now, existing schedule obviously goes with this stuff up here, but let's say you don't want to go exactly with this stuff up here. You want to set custom hours for yourself. First of all, choose your proper time zone, and once you've chosen a proper time zone for yourself, go ahead and choose the days. And in the specific days, like let's say I'm going to turn Tuesday and Thursday off. The days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, when it comes to that, we could, change the time accordingly as well. So let's say we want to change it from a 9 to 7, 9 to 8, all that stuff. So obviously, all depends on you and however you want to work it around. Then you also want to add time before or after your events. You can also add data overrides if you want to. So add dates when your availability changes from weekly hours. So click on add date overrides, and as you can see, you have all these dates and you can override it accordingly. Now, if we scroll down, as you can see, want to add time before or after your events. Now, you could add it before events, okay, or after events. You can do both, to be honest. As you can see, give yourself some buffer time to prepare for or wrap up from booked Calendly events. Obviously, this is also a good setting to work around with, and you can also choose like the time you want to book it after or before. I would keep before off and keep after on, because most people, maybe they get late and they want to, book it immediately after. Decisions change, so you could keep like 30 minutes to 60 minutes, just keep it after event. And once you're done with all that, you're going to come here and click on additional rules for your availability. So first of all, you have start time increments. Show available start times in increments of, you could choose the time increments, set the frequency of available time slots for invitees. This is also pretty, uh, this is like an okay setting. It's not pretty necessary, but if you use it wisely, it will turn out well for you. Then you have scheduling conditions. Invitees can't schedule within, 4 hours, minutes, 4 days, all that stuff. So obviously, I'd keep this at 24 hours, okay? Because this is like the minimum amount of notice that is required and how many events are allowed per day. So, events, you could choose like maximum 3 events allowed per day, and this is like the minimum amount of notice that is required, and, the amount of events that are allowed to play and, allowed per day and stuff like that. Then you have, your time zone display where you can, if you're meeting in person, you should lock this to the time zone of your event location. Otherwise, Calendly basically detects your time zones to make sure everyone meets at the correct time. Automatically detect and show the times in my invitees' time zones, or log the time zone best for in-person events. So again, choose this wisely, choose this accordingly. And then finally, you have secret event. Make this a secret event. Use this to hide the event on your main scheduling page. Only invitees who have this Calendly link can schedule with you. So this obviously depends on you. You can invite people privately to this event. So again, I'm not going to make it private right now, and I'm going to click on next. So that was obviously editing your availability. And once you've edited your whole availability, now what you're going to do, you can see your live page. And on your live page, as you can see, this is your whole, you could say, edited session. And over here, you can see, as you can see, gym session, 30 minutes, web conferencing details provided upon confirmation. Here's your, description. And here is all the different times and stuff. So yeah, it looks pretty decent, and I'm going to just keep it like that. Now we're going to go ahead and discuss the invitee questions. Now, to discuss the invitee questions, I'm going to head over here, and as you can see, you have all this stuff going on around here. So name, email, +1 question. So you're going to, add a name. You're going to add an email, and you can add them as guests if you want to. And then please share anything that will help prepare for our meeting. So you can basically, add new questions if you want to. You can, just keep on adding different stuff. All depends on whatever, however much information you need and whatever the type of information you need. So it all depends on that. So in this case, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna click on name, okay? And once you click on name, as you can see all this stuff. So edit name question, name input. It could be, you can input your first name, last name if you want them to, or they can just put in one name. All depends on whatever type of, sessions you have, whatever type of meetings you have. I would recommend first name, last name, so like you have, the proper contact details of the user, so, you can contact them properly and stuff. Then once you have that, just click on apply, and as you can see, they ask for the first name, last name. Then you also like the email part is, I guess, pretty necessary. So once that is done, yeah, you're pretty good to go. Then you have edit question. So obviously you can like edit the question accordingly, and then the answer type could be, could be multiple lines, it could be one line, it could be radio buttons. Radio buttons are, the choices. Could be check boxes, could be a drop down, it could be a phone number, and yeah, all that stuff. So I'm gonna keep it on multiple lines. Click on apply, and you can also go ahead and add yourself a new question. So let's say you're gonna add, what do you see yourself doing with this session? So I'm gonna write that real quick, and here we are. So once you do that, again, multiple lines, click on apply, and as you can see, you have 2 questions now. So now that you have those invitee questions, just click on save and close, and there you have it. Now, we're going to go ahead and discuss workflows. Now, workflows are a brand new, as I told you, setting that Calendly brings you, and your workflows include, your automations around your events and all that stuff. So again, this is equally as important as the other features, as I said, and you like need to know how this works to actually, get behind it and have a proper, outlook of how things, again, actually work. So just make sure to properly, you could say, understand all this stuff, because workflows do help you a lot. Like setting up automations around your events, such as email and text notifications, pretty important. And, thanking for the emails, etc., all that stuff. So it's pretty important stuff, and just make sure to get your head behind it as much as you can. Now, basically, one more thing is that when it comes to, your automations, it depends on the type of emails and stuff you're gonna actually work around with, because working with your emails is pretty necessary to contact the people you actually want to contact. And like it's also necessary to basically optimize your workflow, optimize your automations and all that, optimize your emails. So basically, yeah, automations in this case, like if you don't know what automations actually means, automations is when one action happens, it's going to trigger another action. So let's say if someone, takes an appointment from, your Calendly, you're going to basically get an email on your Gmail that, okay, this person just took an appointment. So that's automation. Like one action happened and that triggered another action. So in this case, the one action was someone, setting up an appointment with our Calendly, and then the trigger action was that email system basically sent an email to our Gmail that, okay, this person has, accessed your Calendly. Please, like, make sure that you are aware of this. So again, it's pretty like easy stuff to get your head behind. So once that you have an idea of all that, let's go ahead and discuss notifications and cancellation policy. So in notifications and the cancellation policy, this is pretty important because over here, as you can see, first of all, you have calendar invitations. An event will be created in your calendar and your invitee will be added as an attendee. It requires a Google Office 365 or Exchange calendar connection with the ability to add new Calendly events and much more. You can obviously personalize this accordingly if you want to. Then you also have email reminders for yourself. An invitee will receive a reminder email before a scheduled event at specific times. So if you like turn this on and click on personalize, as you can see, you have all the personalization options. So email reminders, obviously, an invitee will receive a reminder before a scheduled event. So you can like choose a proper subject and body for like the email. So if you go in variables, as you can see your name, invitee full name, event date, answers, the UTM, and all that stuff. So that's basically how you're going to work around with all this stuff. So once you have, got your head behind that, then you have your timing and all the, hours before, days before, and all that stuff. And once you're done with that, you're going to go to your email follow-up, request a review, or prompt next steps with an automated email sent after the event is over. Again, we'll choose to activate it and inactivate it, obviously depending on whatever you want. Use a no reply email address, all that stuff. Then you also have text reminders, where your invitees will have the option of receiving text reminders before a scheduled event at specified times. So once you're obviously done with that, you're going to go and show cancellation policy. And obviously, if someone like cancels, you can choose a cancellation policy accordingly. Like, there will be no refund for cancellation within 24 hours and, all that stuff. So once you're, done with all of the notifications and cancellation, just click on save and close. And yeah, you're good from there on out. Then you have your confirmation page. Obviously, confirmation pages are pretty necessary for, websites to work around with, because cancellation pages are like, confirmation pages are obviously, as it says, what confirms that a purchase or something has been made. So, Calendly confirmation page, no active links. On confirmation, display Calendly confirmation page, okay? So you can choose this to redirect to an external site as well if you want to. Like, let's say you have a landing page on an external site. You can link it to that if you want to. I'm going to keep it on display Calendly confirmation page. Display button to schedule another event. You could, choose that if you want to. It would be a good setting to have, okay? And I'd recommend that you do keep it, so like people can, just click on it and, set another event. Use this section to display custom links after this event is confirmed. For example, you might link to a custom thank you page on your website. Custom links will appear as a button to invitees, so yeah, add a custom link accordingly and then click on save and close. Now, once you're done with all of this, let's go ahead and give it a preview. So I'm going to click on view live page, and here we are. So as you can see, gym session, you have like the whole time and date. And these are like the available dates, obviously. So let's say a person chooses the 28th and they see all these times that they can come. So let's say they're going to choose 10:30. They're going to put in their name, okay? Once they put in their name, they can also add guests if they want to. And once they put in guests, they're going to share anything with you, prepare their meeting and stuff. So these are the questions that I asked. And once they, answer questions, they're just going to click on schedule event. And from there on out, an event will be scheduled. So confirmed, you are scheduled with this event, with, all of this going on. This is the timing. This is the time zone that you're going to work in. A calendar invitation has been sent to your email address. And look at that, schedule another event. There's a button, and look at that. It redirects you over here. How cool is that? Now, obviously, once you discuss that, we're going to close this and we're going to come back here, okay? So obviously you have all this stuff going on, strategy sessions and all that stuff. So as I told you, let me come back here. So yeah, here you are. Now, as I told you, here is where you're going to see, all your previous, you could say, sessions and all that stuff. So again, if I were to go into the settings here, you can add an internal load for it. You can save it as template, clone it, delete it again, or you could also enable or disable it accordingly if you want to. And then finally, copy the link, spread it out, send it to people that, hey, this is, my appointment link for a proper gym session. If you want to get in shape, work out your body and all that stuff, then please do click on this link. Come and join, my exercise session, all that stuff. Whatever goes on with, the different gym sessions they have around. So just, choose your words wisely, choose your settings wisely. And once you're done with that, just copy link, or you can also just go ahead and click on share. And once you click on share, as you can see, you can add it to your website as well. So you can get an inline embedded code if you want to. You have pop-up widgets, you have pop-up texts, add a scheduling page to your site, add a floating button, add a text link that opens a pop-up, and all that stuff. So obviously, accordingly, you have all this stuff to mess around with. Then you can also add times to your email if you want to, share a link and all this stuff. So just go ahead and make sure to, keep these settings accordingly. So even if we were to go on inline embed, here you can see, first of all, you get the embedded code. you can also change the settings for this. So let's say you want a red background with, this text color with this button link color. Obviously, as you can see, it gives you a like different outlook on everything. Then once you're done with that, just click on copy code, or you can, as you can see, it says you can embed on Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, etc. Like they have a full guide on it as well. So you can go ahead and, check the guide, check to see how it works. And if you like what you see, yeah, from there on out, just, go ahead and copy the code, put it into the website, and yeah, you're going to be good to go from there. So basically, that's about it when it comes to, Calendly and working with calendars, scheduling appointments, and more stuff. So, if I were to discuss who this software mostly is for, so yeah, this software is mostly for, the people who have very small businesses, very, you could say, short scale businesses. If there's like large businesses, I'd recommend you use Square. But if it's like, a small business with not a lot of, people and clients, then Calendly should work pretty well and perfect for you. Now, again, if I were to, discuss one last thing before going, you have your integrations. Now, your integrations are a pretty useful item when it comes to any software, to be honest, not only Calendly, any software, because integrations basically are the items that, or the features that allow you to connect your software that you're currently using with another software that will basically make tasks and features much more quicker, efficient, much easier to use, and all that stuff. So that's what integrations do. And in this case, in Calendly's case, first of all, we're obviously going to be integrated with our Google Calendar because obviously it needs to, pick up the data of our actual life cycle from our Google Calendar. So once you integrate it with your Google Calendar, obviously you have much more things to integrate it with. Like, you have Calendly for Chrome, Calendly for Edge. You can, integrate it with Calendly for Outlook, Gmail for Windows, Google Meet, LinkedIn messaging, MailChimp, Metapixel, Teams, Azure, and PayPal, all this stuff. You can even Squarespace, and as I told you, the websites. You have Stripe, WebEx, Wix, WordPress, Zapier, Zoom. Like it's capable to integrate with all of these softwares. So obviously, just go ahead and integrate with them accordingly and work around with them as much as you want to. But yeah, that's basically all there is when it comes to, Calendly and working around with different appointments. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel because it helps me out a lot. And make sure to share this video with anyone in need of a, appointment scheduling tutorial. And if you want to watch more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments below and I'll make more videos just like this for you. But yeah, until then, thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you all keep having a great, amazing, and incredible day. That was all from me, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.